What is discovering self-improvement like as a person with autism? It's certainly different, I'll tell you that. People with autism like to do things differently or their own way a lot of the time. They have a different way of learning, they have different brain pathways. I did in school. It was quite apparent actually. I hated losing, I hated when things didn't go in my way, but I would have extreme reactions to when it all went wrong. And therefore I was very far behind in the maturity curve. I still had pretty bad tantrums. Until I was 14, they all stopped. Took a long, long time. And so this means I started my self-improvement journey a lot further behind than a lot of others. That is if you count the whole of your teenage life as part of your self-improvement too. Some people say that self-improvement only starts when you're aware of it for the first time. But I think self-improvement is life itself. You're constantly learning and improving throughout the years. That can include your childhood years too. And so that means I was doing self-improvement all along. So it's confusing really. What do they mean by the typical self-improvement? They mean doing the exercise, they mean getting the morning sunlight. They mean meditating, journaling, running, going to the gym. That's what they say. That's what the market for self-improvement on YouTube dictates. But it isn't really. Those habits are only a part of the whole thing. They are still self-improvement, but they're not the full picture. And I didn't even know that until recently. Here's the thing. I only thought I started self-improvement back in September 2021, when I took a mindfulness class offered by my school. Out of 250 boys in the year, I was the only one who took it. So that meant I got one-to-one time for about 10 weeks, learning meditation techniques. And at the time, I didn't know what self-improvement was. But only a few months later, I learned that it was one of the habits that the self-improvement market dictates. Meditation, mindfulness. And it's an amazing skill. I had weekly meditation classes, and I felt the most relaxed I'd ever felt. I haven't hit the same since because I haven't had guided meditations from someone else, except very rarely from my godmother. And it's way easier to focus when you have someone telling you what to do. I feel like that's the case because you can outsource your thinking of how the meditation will go to another person. So all you have to do in the meditation is follow their instructions. And after those 10 weeks, I was a lot more clear-minded. And so I researched sleep meditation on YouTube, after which a video from a YouTube channel called Hamza came up. And he intrigued me because what was a normal northerner guy from Manchester, UK, doing talking about all these self-improvement things? I know what northern culture is like, right? It's very much a monoculture where people will say, oh, that's gay, to whatever is out of the norm, whatever isn't going out, going for drinks, parties, and all that. And here was a northerner guy who looked like he had it all in place. He had a very nice physique. He was very level-headed. He was strict. And he was doing more of these creative self-improvement habits, like meditating, journaling, and reading. And I was thinking, how can he be so open-minded to do that? And so I was therefore introduced to the whole concept of self-improvement and realized that the meditation was the first step in the right direction. Now, most people who watch that kind of content or come across it would assume that it's just one of those new trends. But I, as a person with autism, who likes to get attached to these things and learn as much as I can about it before even considering letting go, since I'm more of an organized person and I like to finish what I start, I took interest in this. I thought, how can this meditation protocol benefit my life? So I listened, and I really liked his vibe. And I thought, this is really healthy. This could perhaps inspire me to do better in my own life. And by the way, this was the final year of me being in school. So I had to make the most of things before I left. Otherwise, I knew I wouldn't have made the most of it. And so that encouraged me to do better, do more. I consistently went to football, rugby, cricket training throughout the week. I always stayed active. It was good for my mental and physical health. And then, of course, school ended and I went into university. There I continued those habits. I instantly got interested in 6 societies and ended up narrowing it down to 3, 2 of which are the football and cricket ones. And I still play them today. And those outings, those social times, those times where you're competitive, are what make life great. Self-improvement itself is having these experiences which make you better, make you learn, live, experience life more fully. And the more you can do that, the more you will develop as a person. The more self-improvement matters. And that really kick-started the journey I'm on now, about learning more about autism, life, other people, making connections. In the end, us humans are social creatures. We need one another to survive. And so it would be worth spending a significant portion of my youth being extremely social and leveling up my skills in socializing, including being able to bring out a social side to everyone, even those who find it the hardest to socialize, like the people with more severe autism, who find it hard to speak. And that's what I've done at university. I've found more introverted people and brought out their beautiful social sides to them. And the smiles you get from them is what makes self-improvement all worth it, and therefore makes life more worth it. So, all in all, I think this self-improvement journey has made me more aware of what matters in life. Your mental and physical well-being, your relationships, and you can even learn more about the money side of it too. But most importantly, I've learned to appreciate more the things that matter the most in my life, my family and my friends, and I've looked to deepen my relationships with them through and through, and make more amazing relationships as my life goes on. And these life experiences are things I continue to strive for. Who knows what will be next? Who knows when it will come? But I'm sure it will be soon, and that it will improve my overall life experience. Self-improvement, as they label it, is essential, at least to my understanding of the world, in my skills of being able to socialize and overcome my difficulties from childhood. And I think I've done a good job, but there is more to be done, of course. Now that I'm only just about to turn 21, my adult years are still getting started. Please share your insights on self-improvement or autism if you have it. and how you're improving your life to overcome your challenges more and deepen your connections with one another. Thank you very much for listening. Take care and see you in the next video.